So I'm putting this video together. Was supposed to be tracking kind of my progress as I trained for my first half Ironman coming up in 10 days. Haven't done a good job. I've made about 3 videos, but doing this is kind of like a last minute check. Make sure I've got everything kind of sprayed out here for the whole race, and look for feedback. Make sure I didn't miss anything, any tips or tricks. But so yeah, in 10 days we'll be out April 7th for the Galveston half Ironman, and pretty excited about it. So let's go through a quick check. We'll start with the swim. I know we'll probably set up with a swim cap there, but I have an older one for my first and really only triathlon. It was a sprint out here in Grand Prairie out at Joel Lake, and I did that about 2 years ago and jumped straight into this half Ironman. Not sure what I was thinking, but I did it anyways. A couple pairs of goggles. I got these brand new R1 Rocas. I'm pretty excited about these. Supposed to be good for spotting buoys and with the appropriate lighting, so hoping for that. And then backup, just in case, tinted, in case there's some glare or heaven forbid strap snaps or something like that. So I got those. Oh, I gotta show you this too because it is super fancy. When I got my Roca goggles, had this very black, very chic, looks like an invitation. It really is just to hold a very basic printout of a receipt. There's, thought it was kind of funny that they put a lot of this marketing major, so notice little things like this. I think anyone would notice anything like this. This is pretty fancy. We'll start, I guess, underneath. I'll go with the Orca Tri Suit. Yep, pretty straightforward. A couple pockets in back for, I'll probably pack those for the bike ride for nutrition. And then, because it's my first like full swim, I opted for a full sleeve. We have this Volair wetsuit. And obviously a little ashamed to say I haven't actually had it in the water yet. 10 days out, probably not the best thing. I do have an open water swim scheduled with a group this Saturday morning, so hopefully all goes well. I've tried it on and everything fits well so far. Feels like good flexibility. I'm hoping it obviously is going to help with buoyancy, and that was the main reason for going to the full sleeve. And then in addition to that, I've got the tri-slide. Obviously did a bunch of research and read this is probably a little costly side of doing the kind of lubricant slide, but will help well, you know, around ankles, necks, any of those potential rub spots. So let me know, I guess, your other thoughts about other things like baby oil and Vaseline and things like that. So that covers the swim portion, up and out of the water, and then into the bike. I actually purchased a Kestrel Talent X this last year. I've been riding that for about a month and a half now and love it so far. Again, being my first half Ironman, wasn't sure how deep I wanted to go into purchasing a bike, so I got an entry level, but first one that I was told was a full carbon for the price point, so I did that. I actually have to put these on. These just came in the mail. Couple water bottle holders, as well as the couple water bottles. Obviously, I'm going to use 2 of those. Figure one for water, one for some sort of energy drink or electrolytes, something like that. Got the Gyro Air Attack. I think this is a couple year, a little older model. It doesn't have the mask for the visor. Found that out after I received it. I didn't read the fine print, obviously, but we'll do the trick. I actually have a pair of riding glasses that I'll have. They show up in the mail tomorrow from Amazon. Brought Viking Gloves. Again, a lot of research. People go back and forth on this. My hands tend to get really sweaty even when I do workouts and stuff. Usually the main reason why I wear gloves, not so much just to protect my hands, but just to keep the the moisture off them and keep them getting slippy, especially since I'm really new to transitioning between the handlebars and the aero bars. So I thought that might be a good thing for me to have, depending on weather. Picked up a just a riding jersey, got a bunch of waves, matches the tattoo from Primal, and actually I'm gonna go give this a test run tonight. I got a 30-mile bike ride here in a couple hours, but got more pockets for nutrition, and again, I'm not sure what the weather's gonna be like out in Galveston. It's Texas, so who knows what it's gonna be a week from now. And then I picked up these Shimano with cleats, pretty good. I haven't had too many different experiences anyways outside of spin classes, so they feel really nice, good venting on the bottom. Yeah, there. And then over to, oh, also on the bike, I have some spare tubes. I'm probably only going to carry one, but I just picked up this CO2, obviously CO2 filler. I'll probably have another video as I test doing this, because obviously no firsts on race day, so picked up a second one just to kind of test it out, and came with 3 tanks. I think my bag's only supposed to carry 2 anyways, so I got a 3rd one just to test that out. That'll be a follow-up video probably coming this weekend. 2 tools. I know that sometimes they come in 3s. I don't know if I need 3, but I guess I'll find out when I test it. Went with the M10 Crank Brothers tool. Again, just a bunch of reviews online, read a bunch. This seemed like a decent one. Again, I haven't used it yet, so can't say anything more on that. And then I have the 520 Edge Plus Garmin for my computer. I actually started out with the Cat Eye, just a cheap version to show, miles per hour and distance. But that one was actually based off a sensor on the wheel, and on my first ride, it actually sensor came loose. It was all installed, with the package I purchased with the bike. So I'm assuming they would have installed it correctly. It wasn't major bump or anything like that, and the fact that it came off, I went back and upgraded to something for a GPS model, just because again, don't want to have to rely on a sensor or have that little hiccup during the race. I think it would I think just something I don't want to worry about on race day. Oh, gotta jump back real fast, sorry. Back to the swimming gear. So I picked up these 2IR earplugs, molded earplugs. Never swam with them. Been swimming, these training, and haven't used them yet, but I'm actually, you can kind of hear it in my voice. You don't know my voice outside of this, but I got something going on between my ear and my nose right now. I don't know if it's just an infection or if it's what's referred to as swimmer's ear. So actually heading to the doctor right after this video, and gonna get some antibiotics, and but I'm gonna try these out this weekend as well and see if these are helpful. These are supposed to obviously block out water, but also does not have full noise reduction, so you can still kind of hear what's going on, which I think would be a big thing for me, because I'm more often than not will most likely be the person veering off course. All right, and then so into T2 for bike or run. I just got an Under Armour little hat. I had this as my runner's hat for years now, and not much to be said about that. Just in another video I got my new Hoka Mach 1s. So far these things are pretty amazing. Got about 30 miles on them. Really light. Really like the cushion on my feet, on my heel striker. And so it's got a good, I can't remember the correct terminology they use, but the way the heel strikes, it kind of supposed to propel you forward. I don't know if I feel it that significantly, but I know it's just for my running form. These are a perfect fit. I know in some other reviews I read, there were some issues with people getting blisters around the top of the foot. I'm not sure what that's about. Like I said, about 30 miles in, a couple of runs at 10 miles, and did not feel any particulars. I don't know if they had the wrong size, wrong socks. Not sure. But speaking of socks, and I never thought this would be such a big deal, but socks, I just purchased some Balega socks, and these things are amazing. I didn't know beforehand, was thinking about, how would I actually rate these, because they're just socks. But they are super light, airy, feet, wick appropriately, as most socks say they do, but you actually feel it with these. So yeah, really actually excited about socks. Who knew I'd say that? And then also I went with the speed laces. I just put these on this week. I've had a run and a Barry's Bootcamp class with them so far, and they were pretty awesome. Super quick. I don't know why, but have had issues with shoes untying before, and my OCD wouldn't allow me to finish out a race untied, as I've seen some racers do because they're hardcore. But these are actually pretty quick, pretty easy, and they feel pretty snug when on the runs. So yeah. I think a few of the things that I don't have out here would be sunscreen, actual nutrition, and I'll have another video on my on just my bike setup overall as well after this. But let me know in the comments if you see anything missing, or any tips or tricks. Yeah, all right, thanks.